Hey everyone, Josh here with an up-close look at a Star Wars toy. And today we're going to unbox a Scout Trooper from the Black Series Gaming Greats line. And let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging here, and we'll go ahead and also spin it around, and you can see there's no numbering. They just are calling it the Gaming Greats figure, our Scout Trooper. But let's go ahead and read the character description real quick. Scout Troopers. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order features Scout Troopers, often tasked with reconnaissance or long-range engagements, but also capable fighters when a target gets near. And that's a pretty good description of these guys. I don't know how many of you guys out there game or play the games, but Jedi Fallen Order is a great game, and I played it quite a bit, and there's a sequel. There's a part 2 out. It's called Jedi Survivor. I believe I got that right. And in the first game, these guys are featured quite prominently. And as you can see here, he comes with his, a Scout Trooper blaster pistol. It's kind of the standard thing. And then he comes with this electro staff or electro baton. And we'll go ahead and take a closer look. Let's just get him out of here. But when you play these guys in the game, and they have these electro staffs that are these guys here, very much a pain in the butt, and they can deflect or block a lightsaber. But you can see just looking at the figure here, it's a kind of a standard Scout Trooper, just like you saw in Return of the Jedi, but they put an added feature on here. They put these little backpacks on them with the cables that run out to, let's see if you can get a good shot of this here, the cabling that runs out to their wrists, which I think is supposed to send power to this weapon, which again, it can block lightsabers. So I'm not sure, they don't say on the packaging it's electro staff or a baton, but yeah, they use these weapons in the game. You can see there's a little control panel on the front here, but yeah, it's pretty much just a Scout Trooper with an extra weapon that they gave him so he can fight off a Jedi, because yeah, you can't just go mowing the troopers down in the game. It would take the difficulty out of it. But let's run through his articulation real quick and check it out here. So just looking at the neck, you have an up and down and full rotation. And then at his arms, kind of being a little stiff on me here. You don't get a lot of up and down, and that's, with troopers, you're going to run into this a lot. The armor restricts the articulation a little bit, but you can see he's got a rotation on his upper arm here, bend at the elbow, which he's got pretty good movement on. It looks like he's got like a double joint there. And then you go down to the wrist, you should have rotation, and oops, okay, they have a up and down from thumb to pinky, so it's a little different. And then going down here, looking at his body, you have a little bit of rotation at the chest area, but it's also restricted because of the belt and what looks like suspenders to him. And then that appears to be it on the body. And then going down to the leg, you have a rotation here at the upper thigh. You should have one bending at the knee, and then also you should have an up and down with the ankle, and you should be able to rotate the ankle. Very good. All right, so there are his basic movements. I'm just trying to get him in a decent position here. Okay, so looking at his accessories here, first off, we have this very small little tiny blaster. You may recognize it from Return of the Jedi, they did use blasters like this. Oh, jeez, come on, guy. There we go. There you go. But he did use this little blaster, and let's real quick, looking at his, so I'm scared I'm going to break this little cable thing here. I'm going to kind of push it up a little bit. It's under a lot of tension when I go to bend the arm here a little bit. Okay, so, but looking at, I wanted to real quick look at his hand sculpts, and you can see on both of them, he does have the trigger finger out. So let's see, I'm hoping that he's going to interact with both his weapons here. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So he does hold it, but the way the trigger guard on this blaster is, if you're familiar with it, it's kind of like an enlarged guard that goes all the way down the handle. It's not like a standard trigger guard. You can kind of see it there. But it goes all the way to the bottom of the handle, so you got to get, for him to hold the gun properly, and since his glove is black and his blaster is black, it's a little hard to see. But you can see he's got two fingers going through the trigger guard, and I think it's cool that they put the effort into making that work out. But you can see his fingers are going through it. He's got a really good grip on it. And then just out of curiosity, I want to see, and you can kind of see how they put the little gap, it's not much, in between his second finger and his third finger. If I can, there you go. And so that's how the blaster works. That's pretty cool. And let's see if it works out here as well in his other hand. All right, cool. All right, so they did do it twice over, so awesome. All right, so there you can see he's got the two fingers in the guard, using it. And then what I'm looking for here is I wanted to see if he had like a holster. Oh, okay, there it is. It's on the boot. So he does have a little boot holster there. And what I want to see is, well, the little pistol. Yeah, this cable is not, it's not cool. All right, so maybe it'll make it a little easier to see once you put it in there. But there you can see the holster for the little blaster. And let's see here. Is it staying in? It's staying in. It's not super tight, but if you hold them upside down, it's staying in. And if you give it a little flick with your finger, it does pop out. So just be careful with that out there. Don't lose your blasters. And then again, let's take one real quick look at this baton. And it has what looks like almost like a scope or something on it. Okay, so I'll bet this stuff is supposed to, maybe not, but you can move this little electrical thing here, and I'm trying to see if there's a position for it or somewhere it's supposed to go, like maybe at the top here, but it doesn't appear so. But it does, the little electrical piece is movable. You can see the tip kind of has like a split end. And so what this is again, when you play the game and you come across these guys, your character has a lightsaber, and these guys have to have some sort of way to defend against that, and this was their answer to that, so they don't get chopped into little pieces too easily. But yeah, it's a pretty big little handle. So I'm not getting, if you look, this handle is massive compared to his hand, so I'm not sure you're supposed to force it in there. And then I'm also looking to see if they have any kind of hookup for it. Okay, so when you look at the little backpack here, there's like a little, 2 little bars kind of sticking out. And I think what you're supposed to do is hook the baton to that. But it's not really staying. So I don't know if that's really what it's for. Yeah, I mean, it's in there, but it just feels like it's about to fall out. It's not in there super tight. You can see it just pops out. But yeah, there's like 2 little lines in there, and then you can see there's like a little rectangular piece on the staff, and it's not the greatest fit in the world, but it's not really working the second time. But there you go. Yeah, you can get it in there. It'll stay. But yeah, this little cable thing's kind of driving me nuts here. But yeah, I would say your best bet for getting this thing in his hand. I mean, you're really stretching the hand sculpts out here. I don't really want to do that, but the one, it's really big. Okay, so the one hand, it kind of fits in a little better. This hand was opened a little bit more, so I kind of forced it into that hand. And it just feels like if you're gonna push it into this hand, you might stretch it too much, and then you're gonna lose the grip on the blaster. So I don't really want to stretch the hand, but you can see how big the baton looks in his hand, that it almost feels like it's stretching the fingers out a little bit. Thinking they maybe, when they sculpted this, they should have made this shaft just a little bit smaller, but all right, very cool. But he does interact with it. He's got a pretty good grip on it, and I'm trying to find the little blaster here to put it back in his leg. But let's go ahead real quick and give him the final little test I like to do here and see, will this character stand on his own? All right, very good. Like it. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it so much. I hope you're enjoying the videos, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.